Hey, what's up guys? How's it going? It's been a while. I haven't done a Thrifting Pickups episode in about a month. Well, as you can see by the thumbnail, I picked up a decent amount of games this month, and I gotta say, my wallet is in fucking pain right now. Well, I'll just say this. I picked up some somewhat expensive heavy hitters this month. A little bit of something for the GameCube, the Dreamcast, basically every 6th-gen console. Got a little something for the Dreamcast, PS2, you get what I'm saying. Also, the footage that you're seeing right now is a retro gaming store that opened up near me, so I guess shout out to them, that's where I got all the games from. Also, I think you might be seeing footage from the day it first opened up. I don't quite know yet, I haven't started editing this, but either way, enough rambling, let's just get started. Ha!
Nice choice.
For a limited time, if you buy a Nintendo GameCube for $99.99, you'll get a bonus disc with 4 classic Zelda games free.
Well, alright, the Legend of Zelda bonus disc. Now, I will be completely honest, I'm not a big Zelda fan. But, I would say the only reason why I bought this game is for Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. See, I have the original N64 games, it's just, I don't like the way Zelda controls on N64, so I figured, hey, this might be a little bit better, and to be honest, it is. All this game is just N64 and any other Zelda game supported for the GameCube, and to be honest, I like that, and it comes with the Wind Waker demo. Now, I'd imagine back in the day, this might have been, a little bit cool for people that were nostalgic for the NES and all that. But yeah, there's just not much to say about it. I mean, you get 4 classic games. What's not to like about this? Although, I will say this game has risen up in price over the years, and yeah, we'll just say I paid way too much for this game, but I'm so happy to have it in my collection nonetheless. Well, alright, I guess, on to the next game. Alright, House of the Dead 2 for the Sega Dreamcast. Now, I'll be honest, I've wanted this game for a long time now, and I'm glad I finally got it. This game has been on my Dreamcast hit list for a long time. Now, a lot of people recommend that you play House of the Dead 2 with a light gun. Unfortunately, I don't have one. I don't have a CRT TV, so that's basically impossible for me. But playing it without a light gun is still somewhat fun. Some people say it's bad, some people say, it's not fun, it's janky, this and that. From what I've played, it's pretty good. Oh yes, I am willing to admit it can get pretty frustrating sometimes. Constantly having to reload and stuff like that. But then again, I'm not playing the game how it's, supposed to be played, with a light gun. But anyway, based on first impressions, this is a good pick up and play arcade game. Just boot this in, start shooting some zombies, and have a good time. Though it can be challenging trying to save all the little NPCs and whatnot, I will say that. But for the most part, House of the Dead 2 is great. This is a Dreamcast classic. If you're gonna get the Dreamcast, you definitely gotta get this game. Alright, enough about that. Let's move on to the next game.
Burnout 3 Takedown. Buckle up. Rated T for teen.
EA Games.
Challenge everything.
Alright, Burnout 3 Takedown. Now, before we get started, I want to give a big shout out to my friend Haytham Druxon. He's been telling me to play this game for years, and I'm glad I finally got to play it. This is one of his favorite racers, now it's becoming one of mine. But let's just talk about the gameplay for a minute. Now, the controls on this game just feel so natural. Just the drifting controls, ramming into people, just feels good. And the soundtrack of this freaking game is just a banger. All of the music in this game just sounds good. Just the music, the tone, everything about it. I'll be honest, I've been addicted to this game for the past couple of days. So hey, shout out to my friend Haytham Druxton, and yeah, as soon as I'm done recording this and getting this uploaded, I'm gonna head back to Burnout 3, but alright, on to the next game.
I just got these 3 here. $5.85. Youch! Better be some hot dog.
Be the zombie. Eat brains. Rip off arms. Create your own zombie army. And live like you're already dead. Stubbs the Zombie and Rebel Without a Pulse. In stores now. Rated M for mature.
Do you mind? What's this guy?
Well, alright, Stubbs the Zombie. Now, this is a really underrated gem for the original Xbox. It was a late release, it released around, I think, 2005, 2006, I'm not too sure, but this is really underrated. Basically, you play as a zombie, and it's a semi-comedic game. The game doesn't take itself too seriously. You take over a town, you bite people's necks, you take them over, you start your own army, you take over this whole town. It's It's awesome. Now, this game dropped down by a lot, and I'm kind of happy it did because last time I checked, it was like a $100 game. Now it's like $40 to $30. So I would say get this game while you still can, just in case it ever goes back up, which it's probably not, but hey, just in case. But again, this is a truly underrated gem for the original Xbox. This game was made by the same people who made Halo and Halo 2. But hey, if I were you, I would just go pick this up. If you got an original Xbox, pick it up. If you want to buy the remake, which I wouldn't recommend, I would play on original hardware. Either way, just play this game. On to the next game.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling the love. You feel the love. But what's your name? Gary Payton, but they call me the glove. How you feeling tonight? Yo, I'm feeling the love. Feel the love. I'm feeling Sonic. Yo, Sonic. Man, stay off the light speed.
My bad.
Sonic Adventure on Sega Dreamcast. It's thinking.
Alright, Sonic Adventure now. I'm surprised I haven't gotten this game yet for the Dreamcast. To be honest, I've actually played this game before on the Xbox 360, but of course, I had to try it out on original hardware. And I gotta say, it's a tad bit better than, 360 because, you got the VMU and small stuff like that. I mean, there's not much to say about this game that hasn't really been said before. It's a classic. And I think this game launched with the Dreamcast, if I'm not correct. I don't know. But yeah, there's just not much to say about this game that hasn't really already been said already. On to the next game.
You've got one night to save Mario from the supernatural. This game will scare you silly. Luigi's Mansion, only on Nintendo GameCube.
Alright, Luigi's Mansion. Now again, this is another game I can't believe I didn't have in my collection already. I mean, it's an absolute classic. Similar to Sonic Adventure. I mean, how did I have a GameCube and not have Luigi's Mansion already? I don't know. But similar to Sonic Adventure, what's there to say about this game that has been said already? You basically suck up ghosts in a vacuum in an abandoned mansion and you try to find Mario. That's honestly really it. And of course, the game doesn't take itself too seriously, but this is still a very fun game for the GameCube. If you have a GameCube, pick this up. Well, it's at a reasonable price because I paid way too much for this game. But either way, enough about that. Let's move on to the next game.
Here is the true story
of 4 friends picked to live in a video game
and find out what happens when they stop being themselves
and start being someone else.
Animal Crossing
for Nintendo GameCube.
A sheep moved into the village today.
Sweet.
Why am I always the one organizing the treasure hunt? Maybe I'd like to sit around blasting techno music all day.
Welcome to Animal Crossing, the life game that's happening every minute of every day, whether you're playing or not.
Trade you some wallpaper for your UFO.
You think I'm a chump? Try the raccoon.
Rated E for everyone.
Alright, Animal Crossing for the GameCube. Now, I'll be honest, I'm a huge fan of New Horizons, so I figured I might like this game, and, well, I do to an extent. I mean, it is a very harsh difference compared to the new game, but as well as its charm. Hell, I would say it's even better in New Horizons in some ways when it comes to villagers and small details and, things like that. In the GameCube game, you're not mayor, you can't just run to town and bully the villagers, In the GameCube game, the villagers actually run to you and you have to pay off debts and shit like that. Of course, in the game, the villagers actually sort of rude to you. And believe it or not, I feel like that's something that's actually, missing in Animal Crossing New Horizons. But yeah, man, so far I love Animal Crossing for the GameCube. Hell, I would say this and Burnout 3 has been keeping me addicted for the past couple days. Alright, enough about Animal Crossing, let's just move on to the next game.
The police have imposed a citywide lockdown on areas of Capital City. Violence continues on the streets of Capital City tonight as members of the Freedom Group appear to have launched a full-scale attack on the corporation. Get off! Wait! The citywide state of emergency is still in effect.
Well, alright, we're starting to wrap it up here. Now, State of Emergency for the PS2 was truly a forgotten gem. I used to see this game everywhere back in the day. It feels like everybody had a copy of it. But this game just seems forgotten now. If you haven't played State of Emergency before, it's good. Think of a riot, but you actually play as one of the rioters. You can actually shoot shit up, burn shit down. It's It's fun. That sounds fucking horrible out of context, but you get what I'm saying. Your goal in the game is to cause as much damage as possible. Just grab some guns, shoot some police officers, of course avoid civilians, but that doesn't really matter. Cause as much damage as possible. That's the name of the game. And yeah, this game just doesn't get talked about enough. I mean, again, it was popular back in the day, but now it's sort of forgotten. Either way, that's enough about State of Emergency. Now I'll save the best for last. Let's just get this shit started.
They're after you. You're the prey in a deadly game. You must do anything to survive. Can you stop the hunt before you are taken down? Manhunt by Rockstar Games. Rated M for mature.
That's right, Manhunt. Now, I've wanted to play this game for years. I wanted to play it back in the day, but I'll be honest, I was kind of scared shitless by this game. I've always read horror stories and this and that. Playing the game for myself, it's still kind of, you know, we'll just say violent, and it's a bit darker than Grand Theft Auto. You know, you don't just shoot shit up and, you know, there's blood everywhere, explosions and this and that. It's actually a lot darker and a lot gruesomer. Now, of course, I can't show much, you know, I guess, kills and stuff like that, otherwise I might be kicked off of YouTube. But if you guys have heard of this game, you know what this game is about. I, again, can't explain the story. It's a bit too graphic, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, playing the game for myself, the game is still really eerie, and I guess that's really the purpose. Get out of the death sentence, you survive. I'm assuming you all know the story by now, and if you don't, look it up. This game doesn't really get talked about enough, and to be honest, it doesn't get talked about for a reason, because of how gruesome it is. And obviously this game wouldn't be made today because, you know, the violence and stuff like that. But ladies and gents, that's about it for Manhunt. We're just going to start wrapping it up here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're still here, you are the champion. I know this video went on for a little while. I know I rambled a little bit. My apologies. I haven't made a YouTube video in a while. I'm kind of rusty at this. My apologies. But hey, really all the games I got over this past month. And yeah, like I said in the beginning, my wallet is fucking dying. Don't expect another one of these to at least June. And hey, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, do what you want to do, collect what you want to collect. As long as you're enjoying yourself, do your thing. And hey, if you want to, like, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. Nourish, and tell me down below. What's your favorite Rockstar game that's not Grand Theft Auto? I've been thinking about this for the past couple of days. I'm thinking about making a video on it. I don't know. Just tell me down in the comments, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Can't see it.